What is time travel? Neil deGrasse Tyson explains the nature of time travel.
In some ways, we're traveling in time now. We just happen to be prisoners of the present in the eternal transition from the past to the future. If you travel fast enough, you can actually leap forwards in time. Relativity specifies that you travel a good fraction of the speed of light, time will tick more slowly for you than all your loved ones back on Earth. If your journey is too long, you might be gone for 10 years and everyone else on Earth ages 100. So you've effectively gone into the future, and then everyone you knew when you left Earth is now dead. If you want to go into the past, that's a little more problematical. There are people who have recognized what severely distorted space does. The effect that severely distorted fabric of space and time. They've studied what effect that has on the passage of time. And it turns out there is a path you can take around two moving black holes that haven't quite collided yet, where you can end up in the past of when you started that journey. It's backwards time travel, according to calculations from Einstein's general relativity, is enabled by the severely distorted fabric of space and time, such as what you would get with black holes that came in their own proximity.
Is time travel possible? Yes. Time travel is indeed a real thing, but it's not quite what you've probably seen in the movies. Under certain conditions, it is possible to experience time passing at a different rate than 1 second per second. And there are important reasons why we need to understand this real-world form of time travel. Time machine. The time travel is a concept of movement between certain points in time, analogs to movement between different points in space by an object or a person, typically with the use of a hypothetical device known as a time machine. Time travel is a widely recognized concept in philosophy and fiction, particularly science fictions. The idea of a time machine was popularized by H.G. Wells in 1895 by the novel The Time Machine. One of the first stories to feature time travel by means of a machine is The Clock That Went Backward by Edward Page Bishop, which appeared in the New York Sun in 1881. However, the mechanism borders on fantasy. An unusual clock, when wound, runs backwards and transports people nearby back in time. The author does not explain the origin or properties of the clock. Henri Gaspard Rimbaud's El Anachronopete in 1887 may have been the first story to feature a vessel engined to travel through time. Andrew Sawyer has commented that the story does seem to be the first literary description of a time machine noted so far, adding that Edward Page Bishop's story The Clock That Went Backward in 1881 is usually described as a first time machine story, but I'm not sure that a clock quite counts. H.G. Wells' The Time Machine in 1895 popularized the concept of time travel by mechanical means. Maybe traveling back into time is impossible after all. Maybe time can only make forward. In a way, we already have the time travelers in our lifetime. Astronauts on the International Space Station are moving 8 km per second. This makes them age slower, although the difference is measured in hundreds of a second. And hey, if you have a chance to jump in a spaceship and enjoy the time traveling effects of a black hole, do it. Just make sure to not fall in.